Hey kids, it's Misty Eyez, and actually I always start all my videos like hey kids because that's what I say to everybody. Waiting tables at lips. I'm like, hey kids, even if they're all like gray-haired ladies. That's just how I introduce people. Everyone's a kid to me. Even though I'm not old, it's just, hey kids. However, this, I guess it would be a Misty Minute, is because it's not an Ask Misty. It's more of a Misty Minute, whereas I'm not showing you a technique. I'm not teaching you anything, but I want to bring your attention to something, I guess. So it'd be a Misty Minute. Like this Misty Minute is about the Trevor project. I know it's back to school time, and a lot of you kids, high school, elementary school, college, it's really hard to be young. It is. Trust me, I know. And I just wanted to let you guys know that there is an organization out there that truly cares and helps you to realize that you're not alone. And I already did an It Gets Better video. I'm not going to do that again. I'll put a link here if you want it. I also did an It Gets Better Part 2 where I talk about why it's such a big deal. After my first video, I had some negative responses saying, hello, everyone gets made fun of. Yeah, it's true. Everyone does. But you can't go home and say, Mom, I have freckles, when you have this thing called gaydom, or homosexuality, or something makes you different. You know, unfortunately, all the kids in my school knew that I was gay before I did. And I remember in 4th grade, I would go home and I would say to my single mother at the time, Mom, they called me a gay bee, or Mommy, I'm a homo, or whatever. And my mom would be like, don't worry, you're not one. That's all she would say. She didn't know how to react. She didn't know how. And I remember, I think it was in either 6th or 7th grade, I was on the swim team. And people were really, really rousing me and calling me homo and things. And I went home and I was like, Mom, you know, I'm really blah, blah, blah. She's like, honey, gay people can't swim. You're a really good swimmer. Meanwhile, I went to nationals and swim competitions, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so I'm not gay. And I would just ignore it, but people would still make fun of me. What I'm trying to say to you is, there are other people out there that understand what you're going through. Check out, if you're down and out, and if you're, you know, in the barrels, the last thing I want you to ever think about is doing something drastic to your life, because your life is precious, your life is important. And I'm sad to tell you I've seriously contemplated suicide twice in my life. And both times, it was not for like once, like, ooh, a fleeting thought. It was like, I'm going to plan it out. Thankfully, I wasn't successful in my executions, but my point is, you can live, you can make it past it. It does get better. Need some help, or if you need a little backbone, please go to thetrevorproject.org and just look around. Call them. If you're down and out, call them and be like, hey, I just need somebody to talk. As a person of influence, I do MC a lot of events and functions, and whenever I have a group of teachers at one of my tables, or whenever I'm on the microphone, I'm like, what do you guys do? Blah, blah, blah. They're like, we're teachers. And I'm like, whoa, stop. Tell me that you have something in order or something set in stone at your school for the bullies. And I don't know if it's a nationwide, or I don't know if it's a Broward County thing or Fort Lauderdale thing or South Florida thing, but most of the schools here have set in stone a anti-bullying thing. Now, I'm quite sure that in hillbilly towns and redneck cities and I guess the blue states, there's probably not something set up for you. And in my school, if a teacher called me, or I'm sorry, if a person bullied me, threw things at me, pulled my hair, punched me, etc., in front of teachers, and the teachers would say, well, you need to butch it up, as if it was my problem. I truly believe it's genetic. I have a lot of friends that are gay, that have gay siblings. I myself, and it's genetic. It is. It's something I truly believe in. Not everyone, of course. in your family has blue eyes. Not in mine. Not everyone in my family is gay either. But this is just a quick reminder to let you know that if you are going through something and if you need help, there are people there for you. And if you want, watch my It Gets Better video 1 and 2 and watch other people's It Gets Better videos, because it does get better. I don't know where you live. I don't know what kind of hillbilly town you live in, or if you live in a small school or a big school and people are just really picking on you. Guess what? That's part of growing up. However, it does get better. I promise you. One of these days you're going to get out of that, whatever it is you live in. You're going to mature, you're going to grow up, you're going to get your own place, you're going to get your own friends, and you're going to look back at those people in high school and you're going to laugh. Because they truly don't matter anymore. And I know that when you're living in it, that's all you think about. Desperately wanting to fit in, needing their approval, because it's so important. But it's not. And I think I was a little weird in that, growing up, a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, I wanted anything but to be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy. I did. I wanted to be a chola or a chonga, or I wanted to be a black girl. Like, bitch, don't make me cut you. Like, I would go through phases where I wanted to be something else, just not me. And I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be unique. I wanted to be different. But I also went through phases where I wanted anything but to be unique. I wanted to be normal. And I wanted to be invisible. So I understand both. But I say embrace your uniqueness. Embrace your diversity. Embrace what makes you you. Whatever it is. If it's your freckles, love them. They're a part of you. God gave them to you for a reason. He doesn't make mistakes. Anyways, that was a quick Misty Minute. When I say quick, probably because I chatted your ear off. But that was just a little Misty Minute to let you know that you're not alone in this world. There are people that care, and I just want to remind you that there's an organization that does care and will help. I just found out that they have a Twitter account as well, which is great because a lot of us do Twittering on our phones and things. So you can @ them @ Trevor Project. I hope I could help. Loving you is easy.